Legend, did you have a birthday last week?
Yes.
And how old are you now?
6.
You're 6? You're
Yeah.
sure you're not 60?
I'm in 6.
You're 6. Can we sing happy birthday to you? All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Legend. Happy birthday to you. Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey, and you smell like 1, 2. Woo! Give a clap, everybody. Happy birthday, Legend.
So-called human zoos were public exhibitions of people from colonized regions, primarily Black, Indigenous, and Asian individuals, that were popular in the United States and Europe in the 19th and the early 20th century. These ethnological exhibits displayed people in constructed villages or enclosures meant to resemble their, quote, natural habitats, reinforcing racist ideologies of white superiority and the concept of racial hierarchy. 1904, St. Louis World's Fair, one of the most famous and largest human zoos. This exposition featured thousands of indigenous peoples from around the world. Over 1,100 Filipinos were exhibited in a Philippine village to showcase the United States' new territory, with some Filipinos put on display as savages. Apache leaders like Geronimo were also displayed to fairgoers. 1906, Bronx Zoo, a particular egregious case. Zoo officials, influenced by a eugenicist, displayed a Congolese pygmy named Otabinga in the monkey house alongside apes. Public outrage from Black ministers eventually led to his release, but Binga later died by Xing himself out after being unable to return home. Pseudoscientific justification. At the 1904 St. Louis Fair, the anthropological exhibits were supervised by members of the scientific establishment who subjected indigenous peoples to tests to measure their intelligence, pain tolerance, and other traits. These displays were framed to illustrate what was considered lower stages of human evolution, justifying colonial expansion, dehumanization. The displays were meant to make white fairgoers feel a renewed sense of racial superiority by portraying non-white people as primitive or savages. Legacy of racism. Historians note that the ideologies promoted by human zoos contribute to eugenics and the persistence of systematic racism today. Lasting consequences. The racist and exploitative legacy of human zoos have prompted reflection in recent years. In 2020, the Wildlife Conservation Society, which manages the Bronx Zoo, apologized for its exhibition on Otabinga more than a century earlier. Museums such as the Brooks Museum of Arts have also hosted exhibitions to document and contextualize the horrific history of human zoos. Now, just to be real with y'all, never at a point in time can I recall or remember in high school or dealing with things in middle school. I cannot recall to you guys being taught specifically about human zoos. I didn't realistically really start learning about these things up until later. I'm talking about adulthood. So it's crazy how you have this history, and this has gone over, a few places in the United States where they had a variety of people, right? But more specifically, due to the context, due to the story, we're focused on Black Americans. This white teacher decided that it was in her right mind to sing a song calling him a monkey, saying that he belongs in this. Like I said before, I'm just paraphrasing lyrics right now, but all of this is just crazy to me. This is nonsensical. There is no way in hell that you're telling me that you thought 100% this is a great idea, a good idea. Not only that, but you recorded it And then you went the extra step of posting this online thinking that it was, it was just great. It was fine and dandy. It was nothing wrong with it. And like I said before, you got another white woman that was directly in the background. That was another white teacher that was directly in the background. These are the people that are specifically raising and teaching Black American kids directly out here for 8 hours a day. I remember the fields of white female teachers that I had, especially once I got older. When it started going up towards the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, the amount of white female teachers that are there is mind-boggling. I'm like, so we don't have no other group out here that can magically become teachers and start really talking to the kids, getting to the kids, because in a lot of instances, you'll more times than not, you'll have a lot of other teachers of other races that won't do stuff like this because they understand, right? They pay attention. They can read the room. For whatever reason, when it deals with white teachers, they seemingly are just like, oh, I'm so beyond, race and I don't see color. We're going to do this song about monkeys and zoos and this, that, and the third. But again, I'm not a racist. I got, mixed grandbabies. I got a, black significant other. I got black friends, 6 degrees of separation, that type of deal, right? They think that they're so far removed and beyond race, like they're just living in this utopian future that color doesn't matter, that they can decide to sing a song such as this. This is crazy. This is 100% crazy. Let me tell y'all something. This is right up there with a song that I gave you guys before. And the song was called, I got to paraphrase for YouTube purposes. About the ice cream song. I did a whole video on it before. But it was basically a black person loves a watermelon. Ha 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 ha. If you listen to that song, and then, Turkey in the Straw and all this other type of stuff, and ice cream song. And I did a whole history type of thing directly. That's right up there with that. Do your ears hang low and all that? Yeah. Yep. All of that goes right to a racist history, racist past. But it's crazy how, a lot of folks don't want to account for those things. They want to try to remove themselves from that as if they did not have, that their bloodline did not have a hand directly in perpetuating those types of things, right? That they didn't entertain those types of things. And because history is not properly taught, meaning the past, we are doomed to repeat it. And this is one of those examples. Because people refuse to talk about racism, teach about racism, how it is still present in pretty much every facet of society. How if people decide to stay silent, they are complicit in said racism that is being pointed out. Because none of these things are really present. This is how you have these things take place. And the other thing that I have to also list, just as much as the teacher is at fault for the racism there, I have to also place this directly on black parents as well too. Because at the end of the day, our kids in our communities would not have to face anything like this if we were more proactive, right? In a lot of instances, and again, I'm not even gonna go to the whole homeschooling thing. I'm not even going to that. But what I'm saying is, if we had more black people that decided that, oh, hey, I'm going to sit up there and go up there and be a teacher for these young kids directly out there, we wouldn't have things like this. You wouldn't decide, you wouldn't sit up there and catch a black teacher online like, yeah, I'm going to sit up there and sing this monkey song. No, we're going to sing something else. We're going to do like the Stevie Wonder, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Well, actually it's two, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, we'll do something like that. Or we'll do some other rendition of a birthday song. We're not going to do some foolishness like this. Like, that's crazy to me. And like I said, she can get away with this because those kids, in a sense, don't really understand. Now, somebody did take a freeze frame of another black boy that was in the background, and he had a look on his face like something is wrong, but he can't really point it out. And it has to do with what it is that she stated. Like I said, I don't know. I realistically, I don't know. Like I said before, this is crazy. And there are fields of white folks online going to bat, defending the teacher and the teachers for these types of actions. Oh, we used to sing this back in my day. It was never about race. And like I said, I captured a few of those comments directly up there. From, if you rewind the video real quick. Like I said, I'm sorry that the kid has to go through this, but this is a great time to learn. Get your feelings hurt directly now, so you know how to walk, you know how to see, you know how to talk directly at people like this who deem and see and treat you a certain type of way. Like I said, you can't make it up. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.